By doing a quick Google search, one will find that the geographical center of the United States lies in South Dakota. Many, including myself, have come to realize that the true center of the United States instead resides in Washington, D.C. As the semester is carried on, my thoughts on America's people and policies have evolved. I've come to realize the disgusting presence which money has in America's decision-making. War and money hold a parasitic mutualism within our borders, changing actions, policies, morals, and subsequently, the people of America for the worse. Throughout the first semester, the question of how war and economics factor into America's success and/or failure, as well as how that changes what it means to be an American, has been at the center of my thinking. Before starting this class, the word corruption held a definition, and that was all. Hearing the word being used and seeing it are two very different things. The difference now is that seeing the negative impact war and money has on the people of America is no issue. Learning about the history of America's economic troubles and involvement in conflicts all throughout the world has revealed the severity of some of today's issues. History and literature both allow us to see what the past may have been like, but even more importantly, it allows us to examine the present with even greater understanding. While learning about the imperialist attitude many countries held, it became clear that the young nation of America could not escape the expansionist mindset. Mark Twain understood this and taught that if you pray for the blessing of rain upon your crop, which needs it, by that act you are possibly praying for a curse upon some neighbor's crop, which may not need the rain and can be injured by it. Written during the height of America's imperial interventions, Twain conveyed a message which many countries could still learn from today. No actions may be carried out without consequences, and in the case of war, no matter the cause, there is still bloodshed. It is easy to say millions have died, but it is the recognition of Sonder which makes it difficult. This recognition of Sonder does not apply only to war, but to the lives of working-class heroes as well. America's economy relies on the exploitation of everyday people. Cutting costs leads to cutting arms. Upton Sinclair revealed this in his exploration of America's meat industry. These large corporations' architects had not built the killing room for the convenience of the hoisters. This discussion on the construction and design of the killing rooms applies to the system as a whole. The elite's architects have not built the system as a means to convenience the working class. It was built to keep them at the bottom, like the hoisters ducking down to avoid being hit. America's economic success was and is built on the breaking backs of the working class. The idea that wars will lead to a better and more democratic future is nothing short of a twisted joke. America is beautiful and has done good, but that cannot compel us to be inarticulate to the terrible wrongs committed in the name of patriotism and in the name of the country. Emma Goldman understood that America and its people started as inherently good, but the greed for power and money corrupted it into a ruthless machine. No one can deny the freedom of our democracy has over a dictatorship. But if it were a war for the purpose of making democracy safe for the world, we would say that democracy must be first safe for America before it can be safe for the world. In America's past, there are countless wars which have been waged in the name of bringing democracy to people and saving them. Despite this, there are people living within our own system who cannot afford to live. If our system is so great that it must be forcibly shared with the rest of the world, why are there those who are suffering so greatly under it? Abolishing America is not the goal of any American patriot, but instead questioning and improving the system is the wish. Patriotism as a whole is something which must be questioned, not for its existence, but for its definition. America holds my heart and the heart of many, but that is only if it can live out the promise which is displayed for the world in the Declaration of Independence. Like a newborn child, America was brought forth into this world and instantly became a victim of sin, no longer pure. Now it has deliberately pushed itself into the circle of international hatreds and joined the common pack of wolves. William James acknowledges the faults of America and understands the need for change. America is not inherently evil, but it is the actions, the pragmatics of it all, that renders America's involvement in the war and economics as poison for its people. As I enter the broader American society with the ability to vote, my reflections become more powerful than before. After all I have learned, I now realized I must vote not just for myself, but for every American. I love America, but the center can no longer be at economic bureaucracy. Imperialism and classism can no longer be the norm in America. We, the people, must enact change, as the system continues to fail those who need it most.